Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, brought to you by letstalkbattlerap.com, the only place for exclusive articles, stats, and facts. I'm your host, Vlad, and along with me is my main man, Big France. Today we got an action-packed show. We're going to recap the Bullpen Pendemic card. We're going to preview URLs, Outside 2, and of course, we know what you guys want to hear about, right? We know what you guys want to hear about. You want to hear about pay-per-view gate, don't you? Well, you're going to have to wait to the end of the show to get to that. But meanwhile, France, man, how was your weekend, player? This is a beautiful Sunday night.
Yes,
We
it
are
is,
here.
man.
We've made it another week, fresh off the vacay. You know what I mean? How you feeling? You feeling rejuvenated, player?
I'm ready to get back to these battle rap streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice little week off that was very much
Mm.
needed. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because battle rap just gets in a weird little funky space sometimes where it's about everything but the battle raps. In fact, like even just you mentioning the pay-per-view gate, like that had more traffic than the battles. So then like I was like, great, we only got to enjoy battles for a couple hours before we had to
You're like,
get
man, I
back.
should have took 2 weeks off.
Should have took 2 weeks off. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just get a little discouraged by moments like that because it's just kind of like we're like a premier outlet that's literally let's talk battle rap. Like we just
Yeah.
talk battle rap. Like and we've been able to cultivate a great supporting base of people that love to listen to us, love to check with us on social media, read our work, and those people are the ones that I and motivated by I want to do this for at the end of the day. But it's hard to stay in that creative bag when everything around it is a bunch of just flubber. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Rubbish.
true, man. Sometimes it just weighs you down and you're like, I don't even want to talk about this crap, man. Like you got, you know what I'm saying, XYZ happening outside of the ring and stuff, and battles aren't dropping. It's just like a whole bunch of nonsense going on. It's just like, talk about this. Sometimes it just gets draining, man, and you need to step away before you just like become discouraged with just the whole culture. Like, I don't even want to talk about this. So I definitely feel you, man. And it was good timing too, because last week I caught laryngitis, dog. I couldn't talk at all.
Yeah,
I
it
had to
worked out.
talk. I had
Like
to talk like Beanie Siegel. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
yeah, it made me appreciate being able to do the pod, yo. I ain't gonna
yeah,
front.
yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't talk. I was like, I can't do nothing. I was like, I just gotta shut up, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's
Yeah.
hard, man, because like, my son is, I said, man, he's on 1 million, you know what I mean? So it's like I can't even yell at the dude. I gotta be like, hey, get down, stop playing, chill, listen to me, stop. And he's over here
Yeah.
laughing at me. I was like,
This
yo.
this this way
I
you
was like, this is ridiculous, man.
this way you need to watch the game tapes, man, because there's the crowd control. You know what I'm saying? We're my mom and dad used to raise a finger or a hand and just and I just
Yo,
I,
man, these pandemic babies are different, boy. I'm telling you, man. Like any kid born in 2020, they're a whole different breed, Jake Reed. You know what I'm saying? Like they in their own world, man. They got their own thing going on. Like they are a special breed of human beings, yo. Like you gotta imagine they didn't see full human faces for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't be around other kids and stuff like that. Like they couldn't interact. You had to stay away from grandparents for a hot second. So it's like they're different, man. So I'm just watching it develop in real time. Like it's gonna be interesting to see how him and kids his age like progress, like the pandemic kids. Like how do they turn out like 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Like because your generation's all messed up, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
listen,
can't wait to see it.
your generation ain't that much better, man. We're
We
not
set the
gonna act
tone, man. We set the
we're,
tone, kid.
we're not gonna act like y'all flawless.
We
that's
set
what
the
we not
tone.
that's what we're not about to do.
I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But
My,
yeah,
fa-
y'all definitely worse, man.
my favorite thing when people be like, "I was born in the wrong era. I wish I was born back in the day." And back in the day, be racism and like,
Yeah, not
what?
me, kid. You crazy?
Like
I
what?
ain't gonna front. Maybe like, yo, maybe if I hit my groove during like the 70s, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was like 16, 17 in the mid 70s and whatnot, man, that might have been kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't want nothing to do with the 60s and the 50s and definitely not the 40s and the 30s, you know what I'm saying? And nothing prior to 1900, man. Not in America anyway. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, man.
Listen, man. When I went to watch that Aretha Franklin movie 2 summers ago, the Respect
Yeah.
movie, and it just made me realize how much I don't want to visit the '60s. All right, because Aretha Franklin was 25 on her third baby daddy, and they all beat her up, and it was just regular. Like,
Wow. That was right.
bro, it was
Yo,
regular. Like, she's in studio
yo,
sessions, and like people are like hitting her in the studio sessions. They're like, "Hey, you good? You ready to go back to recording?" Like, what? Like, this is the life y'all want to. This is the life that y'all say back in the day for so bad. This is the back in the day y'all like.
yo, you ain't lying, man. Because it's like you think about all right back in those days, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's say like Italian culture, right?
Mhm.
So if you hit your wife, as long as she's your wife, like no one else could tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? But if it was just your girlfriend, like the dad or the brother could be like, "Hey man, let's go beat him up." You know what I'm saying? But once he puts a ring on it, the dad, the brother, the cousin, they can't do nothing about it. Like you could just pow pow upside their head, and it's like it is what it is. He married her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy, man. I don't condone none of that. I think it's kind of crazy that
Facts.
you couldn't even protect your daughter or nothing like that. It's like, what do you want me to do? He married her. He put a ring on it. I can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, kid. So yeah, man. Certain things back in the day was just not a good look, man.
Honestly, if the sweetest time, I think I wish I was this age at the beginning of the 2000s. That's what I wish. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
I was there at the beginning of 2000s,
you know what I'm
early
saying?
20s, man. It was
There,
interesting, man.
there weren't no real photo cameras on your phones yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, you had a little flip phone, you had a little
Yeah,
BlackBerry and Sidekick, but nothing that can get you caught up like today. All right, you got geotags on every photo, and if you scroll down, you'll get the date, the camera lens,
crazy.
the location of it. It's sickening. I'm almost afraid to
Yo,
take. I'm almost afraid to take photos.
now you gotta take it off. Take it off your You gotta go in your settings and take that joint off. But yo, imagine being in the '60s though, man. You ain't have to put on no gym hats, kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm backstroking. you, ain't, you ain't have to worry about nothing, kid. Just a little, just a little clap. You know what I mean? Get you off with a shot. You back, kid. You back in the game. Now it's like, man, you getting HPV shots as soon as you come out the womb, kid. Like hit him up. Make sure he good.
Yeah,
Crazy, man. It's a whole different. Now you got AIs and stuff like that. Like you don't even know if the woman you're talking to is real.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody could be on a whole other computer making a fake, beautiful, gorgeous woman you think you're talking to. You're like, oh, yo, man, I met this girl. All this it's just a computer program you're talking to, man. I don't know. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, they used to do the operator lines too. People were just like, I need to get mines off, and you just call a hotline. You call a hotline, and then just talk to somebody over the phone. That's like,
Yo, that was
everything was worse back in the day. Can y'all stop saying let me go back in the day? Because
prime
like
degeneracy, man.
is it A, you want to go back to living in time with racism? Is it B, you want to go back to live in time with no technology?
Misogynism.
Is it C, you want to live where misogyny was embraced? Or is it D, all of the above?
All Yo, I hate when people be like, "Oh, New York City has so much character back then," and they talk about Times Square. I'm like, "Yo, man, you know Times Square just hoods walking up and down the block, people shooting, people getting robbed. You can't take your kids nowhere, man." Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't miss them days, man. I wish we could have. I wish we could have like black gentrification. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, clean it up and bring good black folks in. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we gotta leave? Like, I wish everything could just be
there's a,
cleaned up, but like
there's a,
black folks stayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't gotta trade nobody. Just clean it up, man. We
a lot
need
of
black gentrification, man.
there's a lot of little artifacts all over the city that everybody's like, "Oh, this is so beautiful," and it's just like, "Yeah, there's some little
Yeah.
horror stories here." Like New Yorican Cafe, everybody's like, I love this open mic poet cafe. This place is a vibe." Meanwhile, they have a whole garden in the background when they have to cleaned through it. They found nothing but syringes and all the dirt.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, I
Yo,
know.
New
I
York
was
was
a
crazy,
volunteer
yo.
for that. I know. I used to do some
Trust me, Lower
volunteers.
East Side was
Yeah,
bananas, kid. I was
yeah,
like
yeah.
Heron Central, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, things change, but they stay the same. You know what I'm saying? France and such is battle rap, right? Things change, but they stay the same. And this weekend we had a dope ass event, man. John the Don and Bullpen Battle League Shrug Life Network put on a dope event that I was glad I got to watch all the battles for, and I definitely did not feel cheated at all. Like I really had a good time watching the event, man. It was fantastic. So let's get into that, player.
The pandemic event went down. You know what I'm saying? I want to take the time to give John a big salute. He did pull up to our Twitter Space Radio Roulette show, and we got a chance to give him a bunch of flowers in the moment because being an active battle rapper of his caliber, because he is a high level all time great, plus to still be an active league owner, because something everybody's probably has their independent ventures, they lived through it. Those are back in the day. No, Bullpen is still up and running and gunning.
We're like 8 years
Anniversary
strong now.
anniversary in October. You know what I'm saying? And so far off to a big bang to start the year. You know what I'm saying? That event in February was fun. This event, the pandemic, was lit. It had heavy hitters on it. I mean, prior to
Hmm.
any of the matches being canceled, you had Twerk, Hustle, Av, Geechi, Loso on this card. You know what I'm saying? Like you, it was decked out. It was decked out. He loses two matches, right? Because the twerk battle doesn't go down. Twerk was battling I don't know who Twerk was battling now.
He was supposed to battle Bonus,
That's correct. That's
but he
correct.
was a replacement for Shotgun Suge, who was supposed to battle Bonus.
There we go. Thank you for that. Let me redact this. So Shotgun Sugar. I even forgot. I even forgot Shotgun Sugar and Bonus was getting
Listen,
into
I
it.
know you just coming off that vacation. I know what you be doing on vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
listen,
taking you a second to get the wheels spinning. You know what I'm saying, player?
I'll get sharp. I'll get sharp in a week or two. But
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Suge, Hustle, all of EFB, Loso, Bad News. It was decked out. Obviously, Suge and Bonus didn't go down. Twerk and Bonus tried to replace it, still didn't go down. Hustle and Loso for the second time. This battle is cursed. It couldn't go down. So Jazz steps up with 5 days prep. Maybe a little bit more than 5 days prep. Maybe they knew what was going on behind closed doors. But
Mm.
you get a really dope one rounder. The point is, salute to John for getting it done.
Yeah, yeah. Because let me tell you, man, some steam definitely got taken out of that ship. You know what I mean? When those two battles were canceled. I ain't gonna lie, but when he named the replacements, say we had Jazz and Los, I was like, "Oh, okay. And Torque and Bonus, I was like, Torque, one rounder? He can show up and blow the room up because he did a one rounder for him versus OG Grizzly, and he went crazy. Like he had a stupid long round and everything, and it was off the hook. And I was like, hey, you know what, John? These two one rounders might low key be better than the two three rounders that was gonna happen. But
Mm.
Torque unfortunately couldn't make it. Shotgun Suge, he had to be with his kids, so that didn't happen. But we will get into it later. But that Jazz and Loso definitely made up for the fact that Ms.Hustle was not, able to attend the battle. You know what I mean? But that definitely was a highlight and a gem of a battle that we definitely are going to review a little bit later in this thing. But you know what I also like though, friends? He put all his bulls on the card. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely, had a couple of top heavy people there. Also had Shooney on the card versus Cash Flow Rizzy, but he made sure it's like, yo, I'm not gonna just book you know, A-list people versus A-list people that where those battles could happen anywhere. I'm going to put all my bulls on the card. I'm going to highlight them and I'm going to showcase them. And hopefully they have fire battles or at least fire performances so that people go, oh, you know what? I definitely want to see this person again, that person again. And then maybe against, stronger competition next time or, outside competition that John can bring in and stuff like that. So it was a well-crafted card, well thought out, great matchups, great highlights, dope performances, man. Like it was well thought out, and I gotta salute the brother for that.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed myself all Saturday evening. You know what I'm saying? The undercard was for the degenerates. You know what I'm saying? Um, and honestly, we kicked the night off right with Alias and Philly Hayes. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with both MCs. You know what I'm saying? It was a pretty serviceable standard battle. It's a nice little appetizer to start the night. You know what I'm saying? Some good punches, some aggression, some decent lines, some cool name flips. But then the night gets salute to both those brothers too, because I don't want to like I'm downplaying it, but the night gets a little interesting with the following battle though.
Yo, man, I thought the way that battle started off, I thought, yo, man, maybe we're gonna be in for a long night and everything's gonna go left because they kept announcing where's Young Herb at.
Right.
Young Herb was nowhere to be found. I'm like, what's going on here, John? Like, we're sitting here waiting for this dude. This guy is not Loaded Lux. Why are we waiting for this dude? You know what I'm saying? His opponent is standing there pissed. You know what I mean? The announcer's like, we just saw this dude. Like, well, what happened? Yeah, you man was like, man, I know he ain't in there taking the shit in the bathroom, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't do
Yeah.
that in the club.
So we get Young Herb versus 7J as the second battle of the night.
Yeah.
And they raise the stakes and they're like, there's $1,000 on the line. It's a judge battle, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And even
Mm-hmm.
let me say something. It could be as little as 500. All right. The gambling degenerate within me
Oh my god.
gets excited at the thought of this battle officially having a verdict, stakes, and an intensified reward at the end. There's bragging rights. Okay, this isn't just something where like you did good, I did good, I won, you won. We could debate it, and we'll see what people think online. No, this is how you gonna act when that money on the line.
How you gonna act? Yeah, and you get a chance to feed your habit and win some money
Let me
and bet for no
let me.
reason.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm a gambling
Anybody want to
degenerate.
take a bet? Anybody want to take a
It,
bet?
it feeds my soul. I also, this is just my side tangent. I feel like battle rap would be a better place, more regulated if it was all you could gamble on it. But that's for a different time. That's for
Yo,
a different
can I
time.
ask you a question, man?
Yeah.
When did you start gambling?
Woo. Probably.
Cause I don't gamble, man. I gotta say
Yeah.
I don't have the heart for it because like I would be like
Yeah.
I can't, man. Like my
All right.
heart would drop. You know what I'm saying? I can't handle it.
Rule number one. Obviously, everybody's not as disciplined, so I get where people get through their addictions and it gets very serious.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're somebody that's at least disciplined enough to say, "Here's my bankroll. This is money that I am okay with losing. So let's play with this." You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Not no. I just got paid. Let me go try to flip this whole check. No. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. All right. We've been through some heartbreak losses. We've been through some big wins. You got to go through all the motions so that you can become a disciplined, strategic degenerate in this motherfucker, right?
It's like being in the stock market, man. It's the same speech the stock coach gave me.
It's literally no different. You go to a Vegas sports book, it looks exactly like Wall Street. In fact,
Right. Yep.
they derive from each other, and there's like books literally talking about how it might actually be more beneficial to invest into sports betting because you can't lose more money than you put in than it is in the market, which is kind of crazy. All right, whatever. I'm gonna get on a whole tangent if I start talking about gambling
When
and
did
betting.
you start betting? When did you become a
Probably
degenerate gambler?
I became a degenerate 8 years ago for sure. 2015,
Okay.
we were on it. When in the hood, you had to go to the little barber shops. They had the little machine in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
And
god.
you get your tickets because obviously it wasn't legal yet. You know what I'm saying?
You
And it
had a
was even
bookie?
everybody got a bookie in the hood. Now, growing up in the world of gambling is realizing that you're better off being the bookie than the better.
Right. Bookie always gets the paper.
Let me tell
So
you something.
2015, you became a degenerate. When did you start? When did you start? When did you I like the taste of this. Pause.
Yeah, probably was a few years before that, probably like 2013. Obviously, like there's a bunch of sports books online that
So
weren't
10 years ago.
they weren't
Okay.
regulated, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't legal yet, but you could deposit and get money from it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But it's funny because now it's like just so openly legal. You can bet in New York and Jersey, this and that,
Everywhere.
casinos
Yeah.
everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Bodegas,
They're trying to
whatever.
bleed everybody's bank accounts, yo.
And I think it's just because everybody's like, yo, we're never gonna stop these guys from doing this. We might as well eat some of this, you
Now
know
they
what I'm saying?
finally found a way to tax it and get their bread from it. So, They're like, okay, you go ahead, everyone. You want
And
to you want to put your whole family in debt and be divorced and single? Can't see your kids anymore? Sure, we don't care. F your kids.
again, be responsible, y'all. Be responsible. Call 1-800.
That's like telling a crackhead, hey man, here's a G pack. Just smoke what you need. Just smoke what you need. Crackhead gonna smoke the whole pack, B.
Listen, once again, if you have a problem, call 1-800 Gambler. All right.
Yo, they don't even say that. It's like, if you have a problem, give us that money.
But in battle
F
rap,
your
though,
kids.
in battle rap, everything is so goddamn subjective that if there is no
Yeah,
official
nothing's
verdict,
definitive yet.
if there's no official verdict, you just leave it all the way in the air, and perception will balance out between your logic and the fan bases, I guess, right? But once you decide to say, let's sanction this, and let's make an official verdict amongst X amount of people that are physically here that we trust making a decision, now you have officially stamped this battle as a decision. And I'll be honest, man, all the years we did Ultimate Madness, taking those parlays and those bets, like they're very lucrative. Some people won. Some people won, but out of hundreds of bets, only 2 winners.
Hey man, the
Can't
house always wins at
The
the end of
house
the day, man.
always wins. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
always gonna average out to the house. That's
So,
what
but
I'm saying. It's like all these people know, like, I have no shot at winning, but here's $20 anyway. You know what I'm saying? You get enough
yeah,
folks doing that. It's like it's a nice lick, man.
yeah,
Nice legit come up, man.
yeah.
Ain't stealing nothing from nobody. No.
The real gamblers that they try to like make this as a living, they do the following. They either sell the bets that they're gonna pick. It's like, hey,
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna play the Clippers tonight. Make sure you take that, Vlad, but you got to break me off, son, because I told you that.
Yeah.
They either do that, they either take your money and be like, yo, Vlad, go bet
I'll
it on
bet
the
it for you.
Clippers,
Yeah.
and then break me off someone we win. Or they just do one individual bet, single bets, because all these little tickets, all these parlays, that shit flubberfuck. All right, stop playing them shits. Listen, guys, listen to me. All right, stop playing them parlays. All right, once you put more than 2 teams on that bitch, it's a lottery ticket. Leave them shits alone, man.
Bruh, these dudes, this is what people don't understand. These people do years of research to figure out how to bleed your pockets. And just because your man might have hit a parlay and he came up on a couple stacks, a few stacks, the majority of you fools are not going to get that bread. All right. This is years and years and years of research on how to bleed your pockets. Please believe that the man has figured it out. All right. You're not smarter than them. You ain't going to put out as much research and knowledge on. They got AIs doing deep research, figuring out how to get your money. So chill out, keep your bread, and listen to this man.
Listen, I'm gonna just say this, and we can go back to the battles. We did 5 seasons of parlay tickets with Ultimate Madness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say on average we had about maybe 200 players each season. Some seasons more, but let's just average it out to about 200 tickets per season, right? Let me tell you this, Vlad. 8 battles in the first round. You would have to get all 8 battles right. The odds on having 8 things predicted correctly is 180 to 1. Like, it's very, very difficult. So I was like, even if one of y'all get this right, I'm gonna be swimming in cash already. So I don't care who wins. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this every season. That's why I don't judge Ultimate Madness. I'm sorry, you all right? I don't judge Ultimate Madness because I'm selfish. It's about me. I want the money.
And people say we're compromised. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You know what's compromised? Me being a judge in Ultimate Madness and picking things so my parlays could win. That's compromise, and I might still do it.
That's smart. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You
might
be looking
and I
at
might,
that book like, wait a
and I
minute.
might still, and you know what? And I might still do it. So if you see me judging UM6 in the near future, if it
Just
ever
mind your
happens,
business, man.
just mind your business. And good luck. And good luck.
Like your France is tied 2-2. Who you got? Let me look at my book. I got Geechi for the win.
You know what? It's funny. One last thing before we get back to the battle. UM4, the last battle of UM4 was Next and Elijah, and it was a split decision, right?
Yeah.
And then the last vote, Gaddis, she went to Next. If that was me, right? Because I was asked to judge UM4, and I said no. if that was me, I would be so compromised in that position because picking Elijah would have killed every parlay. But picking Next would have paid somebody. Somebody got paid
Right.
because Next won. You know what I'm saying? So I would have just been like, give it to the ball with the lisp.
Yo, how mad were you when that happened, yo?
I definitely no.
Man's had a whole date lined up. Cancel this date.
But when
Stay home.
Truthful hit Geechi Gotti with the
Oh man, that was rejoice.
55th Street. 55th Street, bro. I screamed like it was the Super Bowl. Somebody just made the craziest like touchdown pass ever. I was like, ah! even when Stumbles was going crazy for a round, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Upset alert! Upset alert!
City.
Upset alert!
Little sick is going home. Bring it home, Stumbles.
There's no integrity here. There's no integrity. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all about that cash, man. It's all about the cash at that point, baby. Don't matter, man.
Yeah, so if there's any way we can make gambling and battle rap more consistent of a thing, please, I implore it. It's good for the sport. It's good for the sport. I'm serious.
Oh man. All right, man. Let's get this show back on the road, man.
Every other industry has gotten bigger with gambling. You can't tell me this one wouldn't as well. I'll leave it at that.
It'll be a mess, man. I can see we have legal betting in the venue. After about 8, you know what I'm saying, Long Island iced teas, man. Yeah. Fool's gonna be hitting that.
All right, let's give SevenJ his credit though, because obviously the gambling took us on a fun ass side tangent, but the brother won the battle, unanimous decision, $1,000 off the floor. He is a bullpen hitter. John Jonathan even said it when he pulled to the space yesterday that
he's on contract.
Signed. He's on contract. He signed a bullpen. You know what I'm saying? So
he was fired, man. He was fired. The dude is creative, you know what I'm saying? Got his own styles, got his own thing going on. So definitely salute him because he definitely he showed that there was levels, you know. Young Herb delayed his own death, you know what I'm saying? And then it got interesting in the third, right, France? You know what? Let me say this. Young Herb's first round, anemic, not it. You know what I'm saying? SevenJ through the roof his first round. But Young Herb fought back in the second, made the second a fight. I was like, okay, man, at least you ain't just laying down and getting trampled. You know what I'm saying? His second round was good. It was a fight. But yeah, you want to debate the second, feel free to debate the second. You know what I'm saying? And in the third, man, France, tell them what happened in the third if they missed it.
Bro, the third round, Seven decides to say the gloves is off. It had a whole angle about like how he's a deadbeat father, like he lost the battle of custody to his daughter. And Herb's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" Like he gets very animated and like, "No, it's not true. It's not true." And then Herb goes ahead and grabs his phone, you know what I'm saying, and then FaceTimes his daughter, and he's like, "Hey, baby," you know what I'm saying, and then it's like, "Oh, so he has custody of his daughter." But then SevenJ is like, FaceTime, and it just like had a mid-round rebuttal, and it was like, bro, somehow, some way, your daughter was still the catalyst to you losing this battle, and that's unbelievable.
Crazy, man. Yo, the bar of the battle though was 7. I was about to say J7. Pause. SevenJ, where he said, I just got an Aqua Mercedes. You recycle bars, even our bins different. You know, no, I got a blue whip. You know what I'm saying? You recycle bars, even our bins different. And I was like, that was fire, man.
No, he's a dope hitter. He had an interview on not 15 Minutes of Fame. Hip Hop is Real, where they pretty much asked him like, "Hey, like, you know, are you interested in going to URL? Like, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying?" And he said, end quote, "I'm the only bullpen battler that can only battle on bullpen. I have no desire to climb the ladder or go anywhere else. Bullpen is my home, and I will put bullpen up against any league." So he's here. He's ready to be a gunner, ready to be a consistent guy that's there. I think he's getting a lot of respect over the weekend. The media has done their SevenJ is fired thing, so you already know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? That's it. He ain't a diamond in the rough no more. He's on the radar.
Put him on Fade 5. We need to see him now.
Yeah. But salute to him. He
book him versus Lux. You know what I mean?
I'll go as far as to say he was one of the top bulls of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, absolutely. He definitely put on, man, because battle started off kind of shaky, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely brought it back home, man. And got the that's when I was like, all right, man, okay. The night might go right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's also power through some of these battles on the
Let's go,
undercard
let's
too.
go.
We got Super Black and Reggie P. This is a super duper bullpen, like just like cult battle. You know what I'm saying? Anybody's familiar with both these guys. Super Black's been consistently on. Uh,
Alabama,
you know what I'm saying? And Reggie P. Fresh off the
Atlanta.
fresh off the King of the Dot tournament about a year ago, and also fresh off that John the Don 1 round battle earlier this year as well.
Kind of got
Another,
out on your man. You know what I'm saying?
what you say?
Kind of got out on your man.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Huh?
Take it easy.
Debatable. Was it a clear win for anybody?
I think all y'all bugging. That's what I think.
Okay, if you say so.
Yo, Super Black started off, I think his first round, or I think it was in the second round, that 6'9" bar, whipping in the bathroom like 6'9".
Yeah.
Hard.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And Reggie, well, stay on Super Black actually, because everything about his performance really stood out to me. Like the aggression with the delivery was just like it was smooth on the ears, if that makes sense. Like everybody was able to really follow what he's saying. He's building up all this momentum, and like he feels rewarded when he's like landing some of his haymakers. Like you can see like the come on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah, a big support system too.
definitely, no doubt about that. But you know, this is home. This is home for the Bulls. So like, I want
What
them
you
to.
mean he's from Alabama? This dude's from Atlanta.
But I'm saying the league is still home for them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I
The
hear
league
you.
is
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Super Black more bullpen than Reggie. We're not doing that.
Man, you were a lot of supporters in the building for sure, man.
Super Black way more bullpen than Reggie.
Oh no,
Right?
I hear you. I'm just saying, man. Some of his homies were doing a lot. You know what I mean? But hey, that's what they're there for. They're there to support. So I'd rather have my homies. I'd rather have my homies doing a lot than not doing anything at all. If you're gonna come through, support, man. You know what I'm saying? Turn up. But but he was fire though. He was. It's not like he was. It's not like he was mediocre and they were going crazy. Like he was fire and they were going crazy. So
yeah. I enjoyed his performance. I thought he was in control the entire battle. Truth be told, Reggie was Reggie had a
really.
I thought Reggie had a solid second round. But for the most
You ain't
part,
like his first.
I know you liked it a lot. Tell me why you liked it.
Yo, man,
you liked it more than me.
I thought Reggie P was dope too, man. I thought the first 2 rounds were debatable. It's like it's two different styles. I like the originality. I like his flow change up. I like the way he uses his voice. I thought that his punchlines were also creative too. You know what I'm saying? I think they both were hitting. You know what I'm saying? I think they both were hitting, but it was two different styles. You know what I mean? I like the drunken master flow. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I gotta salute Reggie P because he's been around a long time. I'm talking like he's from like my era. You know what I'm saying? Like from like mid 2000, from like 05-ish on. You know what I'm saying? So he really changed up his style a lot to like he had to work to be able to fit into this era and like adapt to new styles and like not seem awkward or out of place and not be living in the past just reminiscing about what he did in the past or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he was super creative too. I do think his third round though, like he definitely once he did the gonna bake and and then like it just kind of fell off. He just didn't have enough in that third, and it was just like, all right, bro, like I gotta concede. Like Super Black definitely got this third clearly. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I could see it like, yo, they were going punch for punch. Round 1 and 2, I thought it was competitive, but Super Black stayed more consistent in the third and like ran away with it in the third. You know what I'm saying? So even if I wanted to be like, oh, you know, I had Reggie P 1 and 2. I'm not saying that I did. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch the battle over again. But even if I did, the way he ended it was like, man, Super Black just kept doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And finished off strong. So
and that's how
I would, you know what I'm saying, give the battle to Super Black anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like that's just I base battles on the overall feel of the battle. If you guys are slugging it out 1 and 2, and then in the third you just run out of gas and stuff like that, and you just don't have enough, then I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? Like Shout out to SuperBlack. He took that one. But Reggie P was fire. I thought he was dope, man. I thought people, what I'm saying, they wasn't giving him enough credit for what he was doing. This was like Southern versus Gremlin to me, man. This was like a down south like special. This was purely for Southerners. Like they did not care about other battle rap regions and what other styles do and slangs and this and that. This was just like the South was in the house and they were just going round for round, man. It was dope. I really enjoyed this battle.
I think you're right. I think like if you open up your ears a bit for like Reggie P style, it's very original. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like those styles that are like I guess very authentic and original, but aren't so um I guess formatted in the way of today modern era battle rap, right? Some people may feel like it's a little bit of an awkward delivery, it's a bit spotty, you know what I'm saying? Especially when somebody like SuperBlack who's able to like really be
Straightforward.
much more embracive and straightforward of like what kind of connects with us. You know what I'm saying? I can see where there's I felt there was a separation between the two, but I'm seeing your perspective of like, nah, I appreciate the authenticity of his style, what he brings to the table. Plus, like you mentioned, he's been here for a clean almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
And so to be here for that long, you have to do some kind of adaptation. You have to put in some kind of work. You have to be watching a film or being outside or being at events, being immersed with what the culture is today to try to compete at this level that it is today. You know what I mean? So I could definitely give Reggie P a little bit more credit than I was giving it prior because
Yeah, and his bars are a little sneakier. You know what I'm saying? It's like I put it along the lines of like, how O Solo people like will make fun of it, but then when you sit back and when he's on, you'd be like, oh, it's kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely more punch heavy than O Solo. I would say he definitely like is crispier than O Solo. You know what I mean? But he's definitely sneakier and he's got his own little weird
I don't know.
style that
I
I'm really
just
messing with, man.
I don't know. But I covered the King of that season extensively, and when I watched him over in the season in the South region, like he was a bottom seed. He was 0-3. Like you know what I'm
Who we
saying?
talking about,
Like
Reggie P?
yeah, like he was like bottom of the conference.
Hey,
And
I'm just talking about for this particular battle. I ain't talking about
yeah,
no other battles. I enjoyed
right.
what I saw in this battle. I don't care about the KOTD season. This
No,
battle, he was dope. You know what I'm
but
saying?
from what I've seen in the past to what I see now, I'm just kind of seeing that same level of like kind of quirky, kind of cool, some dope pockets. It's very original for sure. It's very authentic, but does it win? Is this style conducive to winning? Can they get the job done?
Hey, I was entertained this battle. That's all I'm saying, man. They put on. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Remains to be seen, like fossils in museums. You know what
Hey,
I'm
man.
saying?
I just don't know if this is enough to win battles, but it is enough to be entertained for sure.
Hey, sometimes that's all you gotta do. You
Sometimes
know what I'm
entertaining is the
saying?
win. I hear you.
Listen, man, you'll find yourself on the cards because there's a lot of boring dudes that win battles that we don't want to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get there.
Relax, B. Relax. I see you ramping up already, man. Relax.
We gonna get
Relax, yo.
leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. He told me relax. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right.
All right,
Oh,
play the next battle.
OG Grizzly versus Moon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This was another entertaining battle. You know what I'm saying? Another entertaining battle.
Yeah, it was a fun battle. I really enjoyed this one for sure.
OG Grizzly from Rochester and Moon's from Paterson, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Moon's another guy who's been around since the 2000s, Blaze Battles, Fight Club, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I want to talk about the differences in this battle. I feel like OG Grizzly is just like he's rapping to rap, right? Obviously he's older. You know what I mean? I feel like Moon constantly wants to remind you that he's older, and like he's always reminding you, like, I'm old, and this is old and old and old, and it's like all 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whereas Grizzly is like, okay, yeah, I'm older, but I want to compete. I want to flex styles. I want to, what I'm saying, just rap. I want to just punch. I want to just, what I'm saying, get into my flows and stuff like that. Whereas Moon was just constantly comparing, what I'm saying, like, just constantly dropping like age references and age, and old. It was entertaining. It was dope, like it was fun. But like you were saying with like how you were just saying with Reggie P, does that win battles? It's like you can't constantly just reference your age and being old like every round and stuff like that. Like after a while, it gets old. You know what I'm saying? But it was a fun, entertaining battle, being who both guys were. You know what I mean? But it was just like my man over here is trying to win the battle, man. Show that he can fight with these dudes, man. That he can battle with today's people. You know what I'm saying? And it was much improved from his twerk battle because I felt like that boy twerk, man. He went to work on that brother last time they battled, man. And I was like, I don't know about this OG. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely came back though, and you know what I'm saying? He showed that hey, he was worth watching for this battle, man. He didn't let down. They both put on
I
entertaining
just
battle.
I do feel like the entire card very much embraced the idea of of a competitive nature. Obviously, with the main event even having high stakes on the line, you had another judge battle the same night. So like all these battles, I'm kind of looking at it for the most part with like the intent of like, all right, who's really trying to show the separation between themselves as far as I rap better than you, but also I battle rap better than you. And I feel like
Mm.
OG accomplished that for the most part. Like, I'm not going to front. They both were talking that talk. Like they both had content that we're here for. And if you made like categories of battle rap, like you know what I'm saying, like little subgenres within it,
Yeah,
like
yeah. This had like a little bit of everything in this
like
card, yo.
you're gonna definitely find a lot of battles in this card that you can put in different little subgenres, especially this one in itself in the vacuum. And
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I love the umbilical cord bar that OG had. Like he had his
Mhm.
real dope pocket going into it, and I just like you mentioned earlier, like he wants to rap, like so like him, his pacing, his flow, all that shit just like works. It's easier for me to just like be entrenched and immersed into as a viewer. You know what I'm saying? Go watch this
Right.
from home. I'm sure in the building, like we say all the time, in the building, everything is peachy keen in the building, everything is fun, energetic. You feel you feel all the bars and you're very ramped up. But at home, I'm looking at this from a different lens, like, all right, who's gonna really like cultivate my attention right now? Because I could do a million
Mhm.
other things. You know what I'm saying? The door can start ringing, the plays start coming, the texts start coming in, I can start rolling up. Like who is gonna cultivate my attention?
Placing bets.
Placing bets, and OG did that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really thought he was a bit more complete this battle. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Moon stumbling like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
towards
yeah.
the end?
You sure did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He
So
finished off clean.
yeah, but I still want to give Moon credit because I like again OG in this game 2 decades in, and I still feel
Yeah.
like content wise, shit, he giving you something. He giving y'all that. They both giving y'all that talk.
Yeah, he definitely got that old man strength in his bars, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But Grizzly, he was just a little bit more sound and a little bit just more well put together and a little bit more prepared, you know what I'm saying? But they both but Moon is charismatic, man. He knows how to capture the crowd, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just
Yes.
I just would like to see him put a little bit more
Versatility.
and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more versatility. But he's out here though, so you know, there's plenty of time to work on your craft, man. There's no
So
age
it's
limit to rapping.
this gets weird, right, in battle rap because I've always hear like sometimes people will say like be yourself, but then there's those people that's like make sure you're doing what is digestible, right? And so I guess it's like a healthy medium of like staying in your lane, but finding how to deliver in your lane, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's always ways to improve on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you have to do what everybody else is doing. You can do you can do different things, but in your style. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like he just always went back to that same topic of like being old, you know what I'm saying, for 3 rounds. And it's like, yo, bro, I'm getting old. I don't want to hear about dudes getting old for 3 rounds. Like, I'm listening to both of these dudes. I'm like, these dudes is only like you know what I'm saying, a few years older than me. Like Moon 77. I'm like, I'm born in 80. I'm like, bro, I don't feel this old. You're making me feel old. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill, man. Like let's just, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep that spring in our step. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And then moving on with it now, we had Xcel versus DFlamez.
Your favorite battle of the night?
Listen, man, I was really impressed with DFlamez' first round and Xcel's third round.
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like XL was kind of slow out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like what he puts on the paper is good, but I feel like there's just not enough bass in the voice. Like the delivery just is it's not a booming voice. It doesn't capture the crowd, and like he just doesn't bring you into his world. You know what I'm saying? Like what he writes is good, but it's just like when he delivers it, it's just like if I'm in the room and I'm in the back of the room when he's rapping, it doesn't make me want to walk towards the center of the crowd to hear like you know what I'm saying, like what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Whereas I felt like DFlamez, he just knew what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like his delivery was on point, his projection was on point, vocals were on point, and he had bars too that were just like clever and witty and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to overthink it or nothing like that. He's just giving you, he's just setting you up and hitting you with the punch, setting you up, hitting you with the punch, and trying to be charismatic with it. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, by the time it got to the third round, it felt like XL was like, oh snap, like I gotta turn up, man. And that was definitely his best third, his best third. That was his best round. You know what I'm saying? And he turned up and he definitely, he definitely delivered that piff. You know what I'm saying? A old man reference. You know what I mean? But I felt like overall, man, for them 3 rounds, DFlamez wasn't playing. He's like, oh, I'm on a card with Geechi. All these other people on the card. Like, I gotta stand out. I gotta make these people remember my name. Like, I gotta make people want to see me again. I gotta get booked again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to just be here. You know what I mean? So DFlamez definitely completed the objective, man, and he was dope. Like I definitely, I mean, he's been around for a while, so it's
Yeah,
like,
yes,
he's
yes.
not a new jack or anything like that. So, of course, the experience is there, and it definitely showed, man. He's just able to capture the crowd with all the, what I'm saying, battle rap fundamentals. And for XL, it's like you can't make someone change their voice. Like it's not like XL can just say, "Oh, let me download the twerk vocal tone pack." You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, like just be able to just
Yeah,
his bars. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's not going to happen.
The AI.
Uh, yo, could you
You know,
imagine when they start doing AI with battle rap bars, son?
let's not even give those ideas away.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo. All the dudes that are just pins but can't like bring that oomph to the stage. Now you can take that pin. Imagine you start taking Quantum's rhymes, right? And giving them and putting like the Geechi Gotti voice on that joint. Seeing how them bars get delivered, son.
Vlad, you're giving away too many free ideas, Vlad. So I told you to stop, Vlad. Stop. This is something we can do later. Just it's
Yo,
enough.
listen, all you AI guys who are tuning in, because we know these are our type of people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their audience. We know who our audience is. Please tap in with us, man. Email us. Let's talk battle rap at gmail.com. Talk to us. You know what I'm saying? We come home, man. Let us bring you home. There's a spot for you here. You know what I'm saying? All you creative visual people, all you creative audio people, there's a spot for you at LTBR, man. Come home. You come home, beloveds. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. DFlamez, part of the 2015 PG class. He
Mm,
battled. I think he battled. I'm not sure if that battle's vaulted, but I know he battled None. You know what I'm saying? That battle's out. That's in Black Star actually. None and
mm.
DFlamez is a Black
That's
Star
on
battle.
YouTube. Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And so for this battle, for the most part, Xcel was his usual self. Layered, good writing, jabbing at a consistent rate, a couple chain punches, very witty references, good rebuttals. He's a very sharp rebuttal. I think that's one of his better attributes as well.
Yeah, he's definitely
Um,
been doing that.
the separation for me is just like DFlamez' presence, vocal projection. The content was there too, but the way you enhance all of the other intangibles, like it just makes certain things resonate better with you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? This isn't battle read, it's battle rap. So like if I'm reading your bars, I'm probably gonna have Xcel winning a lot, almost all his battles for the most part, right? He writes well, exceptionally well. DFlamez presents the material and packages it well, a little bit
Yeah.
better. But Xcel's third round, woo, that was that. He turned up a bit, so that's the round that I would like to see him kind of hone into a little bit more often, if not. You know what I mean?
Yo, one of the bars of that battle for me, man. What he said, I put the fifth next to your head and make X an exponent. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, man.
yeah,
Went in on that one, man. Like, yo, yeah, bars like that, man. It's like they make the car wow, you know what I'm saying? Like the other, it's like let's say XXX. When X kicks his bars, it's more like you're like,
yeah. It's
you know what I'm saying? And it's like those are cool, but turn you into an exponent. You know what I'm saying? And the way it's delivered, it's like, you know, it's just on point, man. It's just something that you gotta fight through.
facts.
But good battle though. Good battle,
Yeah,
nonetheless.
yeah. I definitely enjoyed it. Shooney, the rapper, versus Cashflow Rizzy was up next. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Now we're kind of we're out of the prelim right
Give it
now.
up for the lady.
Now we're out the prelim and now we're into the main card. You know what I'm saying?
The heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters, and I gotta give Cashflow her props, man. Cashflow kind of reminds me a bit of like Beretta Blaze. Like these are like or any of the battle rappers that are just like stationed into like a certain region or league, and it's like you got to come see me, and they're like respected
Right.
amongst a lot of like the top tiers, and they may not necessarily want to deal with league politics, but they have a home for themselves where that home will take care of them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And Cashflow Rizzy, I've seen her a few times in person. It's always a treat. She always gives maximum effort. You know what I'm saying? She's always on point with the bars, a projection, a performance. But obviously, it's just a level there, right? Because
Yeah.
Shuni's just one of them.
Yeah, man. Shuni's definitely, in France, man. Shuni had me a little nervous at the
Mm.
beginning of the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Literally out the gate, stumbled in like the first
I mean, the
bar.
microphones was on. She was like, "My third is my shortest round." And I'm like, "Oh man, people starting to tell you what's going on." I'm like, "What's going on here, Shorty? What's happening?
Now,
Is this gonna be one of them nights?"
in my
But
in my predictions, I was like, I just felt like this had upset alert written all over it, right? It's like I could have seen a world where Shuni wasn't clean and Cashflow was on point as she was,
right,
and when Shuni stumbled in literally her first bar, then got it back, I was definitely like,
right, yeah. Yo, France, man, I gotta log out and log back in. I'll be right back.
okay, cool. Cashflow, Rizzy, and Shooney. I gotta get the battle a watch back because I want to write about it for the article Monday morning. I got a chance to watch that battle and particularly once, but I'm not going front, man. I really I respect Cashflow, respect her a lot. Shooney's always active. Shooney's always outside. I felt like they had what I would deem battle of the night thus far leading into the night. Obviously, Clone and Av and a couple other battles get a little bit more electrifying. But at that moment in time, they held bar for battle of the night for me. You know what I'm saying? I think I had let me see if I can pull this up here. I had some bars written down here, you know what I'm saying? The Spreewell bar Cashflow had, that was a little bit OBC, but the tennis bar was dope. The carpal tunnel bar that she had, yo, I'm talking about some of the bars that Cashflow and Shooney had. That carpal tunnel bar that Rizzy had in her second round, I felt that in my soul. All right, carpal tunnel
You
is
suffer from
ass.
that?
Uh, yeah, what you mean? The hell, I'm on the desk all the goddamn time. You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
at, hey, bro, I'm just asking, man. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, carpal tunnel is ass.
I can imagine, man. Like, I can imagine how many ways it could affect your quality of life. You know what I'm saying, player? But
Listen, can't do
yeah,
anything.
man's got to get the gawk machine.
The worst,
But
yeah, the worst part about it, it's just like it just halts you from just doing any and everything work related, anything. But I'm not gonna front CBD cream. That's when I started like buying a lot of CBD cream because that shit would like
yeah.
really ice the pain. So when she said that carpal tunnel bar, it just hit my soul.
Yo, you know what, man? You might I've been taking the CMOS for like a couple weeks, man,
Hmm.
from this dude off IG named Poppy Sauce.
Yeah,
Pause on the name and whatnot. Latin dude and whatnot. But he shows you the process. It's like 100% transparent. He gets it from like, I don't know, Jamaica or whatever, and goes through the whole process. He got mad different flavors and all that. Long story short, he always had mad testimonials. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can't fake all these testimonials. You know what I mean? And
Some places do, but
I no. This is like it's so many that it's just like, you would need like a whole 5 computer setup to fake all this. Plus, my man, he had started taking it. You know what I'm saying? And it really helped him out. And I started taking it, and it's helped out a lot with like my inflammation and like post workout pains and stuff like that. So check him out, man. My man, Poppy Sauce on he got the CMOS joints on IG and whatnot.
yeah,
Definitely
Poppy
recommend it.
Sauce just got an ad roll on the pod. Salute to Poppy
Hey
Sauce.
man, salute, man. If you go there, man, tell them LTBR sent you. You know what I mean? But it worked. But back to the battle though,
Yeah,
like
she started Shooney and
Shooney
Cash.
name flipped her to death, son. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
yes.
like I said before about before before my computer froze, man. Yeah, first round, I was like, Shooney, man, out the gate. Oh man, the car is stalling a little bit. What's happening here? But she got it back, you know what I'm saying? And she stayed consistent throughout the battle, was just name flipping, and was just on point, man. Just the material, there was just definitely a separation there, you know what I'm saying? I like Cash Flow Rizzy, you know what I'm saying? She's got a very flowy, melodic kind of like, style and stuff like that is dope, you know what I mean? But Shooney was just showing the levels,
Shooty just has more potent punchlines,
Yeah,
a
man.
sharper precision with the delivery, and just knows how to utilize her setups a little bit more with just keep you aligned with that punchline. You know what I'm saying? Cash flow. She raps well. She has some punches to hit or miss, but like when they start to hit, it just it builds very good momentum. Like her second round, I feel like she kept hitting back to back to back from the
Yeah.
spree well tennis bar to double bar as well, the carpal tunnel bar. Even the third round, like she had like back to back, like where she had like an incidental bar and then like a very
Mhm.
sneaky horse and carriage bar, not house, horse and carriage bar. I thought that's I mean, I was like, oh shit, that shit was. People didn't really react to it, but I hit for me.
You know
So
what's crazy though? Like Shooney wasn't even like on man. I'm waiting for when we get like 4 or 5 Shooney battles in a row where she's just like everything's hitting. She's just on all cylinders, just like going in. Cause you could tell like she knew her bars, but it still wasn't like 100% like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know all of these forwards backwards, you know what I'm saying? I could recite them from any point in the rounds, Maybe that's just how I'm looking at it, Shooney. If you did, I'm sorry, don't get at me, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? But I want to see Shooney take it up to that next level where it's just like she's spitting her bars with full 100% confidence, because she's that dope, man. You know what I'm saying? She's refreshing. She's that dope. She's an original, and I want to see 100% Shooney, man. You know what I'm saying? She still did enough, like obviously, to win this battle. She was good enough. You know what I'm saying? And she was good. But I want to see 100% Shooney.
fair enough. Fair enough. Dope battle though. For me, it was holding the bar for battle of the night until two individuals got on the stage.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Two individuals by the name of Mr. Shark City Ave, and,
Avenue.
and Clone. You know what I'm saying? I knew this was about to be a bar fest. I was excited. Um, Obviously, there's an experience gap there. We know who has much more experience and a deeper resume, but shit, Clone's got that hunger. Av is getting his footing back. And Vlad, do you know I think this is the first time we've seen Av on a live event since like, I think like March of
Wow.
2022.
Wow. It's ridiculous.
Right. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
over a year.
Right. So Av's first round out the gate, he's so sharp. He's hitting uh back to back haymakers, back to back punchlines, and then you just stop and middle, and he's just like, this guy is really fucking dangerous. This guy is really good. And then my favorite thing about Av is always when he like flips somebody, is like their slogan, a bar, like their name to like perfection. He flipped Clones "Don't Talk Me to Death" slogan. He said, "I won't talk you to death, but
Oh my
I let
gosh,
the medics
man.
talk you through it."
That's ridiculous, man.
Oh my God, man.
France. You know what? You know what I was thinking, man.
Oh my
When
God.
you know what I was thinking when Av was kicking his first round, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Av, you lied to me, Av.
You lied. You
You
lied.
lied to me, Av.
You lied to me, Av.
You told me this was gonna be a 70%
70%.
Av. You lied to me, Av. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dude, if this is Av on, first of all, this wasn't Av on 70%. All right. For
No.
those of you who haven't seen the battle, like Av was on one. You
But
know
if
what I
he
mean?
feels,
Like,
if he feels there's still 30% more he can do from
right.
that,
If in
woo,
his heart of hearts,
yeah,
he truly feels like this was 70%, Lord have mercy when he decides to go at 100%. Because, like I said, for me, as someone who's been watching Av battles for a long time, I didn't feel like this was just 70%. I felt like Av was really on one all 3 rounds. He didn't shortchange us at all, man. He gave his supporters everything they were looking for 3 full rounds. They weren't short rounds, they weren't light rounds. He was just smoking, man. Like, he was out of control, man. The Ozzy brothers' footsteps in the dark bar, man. Even though I saw the setup coming, I was like, yo, when he lands this joint, this is about to get crazy. And I was like, this is getting stupid right now, man. And this is to take nothing away from Clone. Clone was fully entertaining, you know.
yo,
Third round,
that
he had a third round fall off, you know what I'm saying? The third
really
round,
interesting.
Clone's third round was not as good as his first two. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting, you
Like
say
his
that.
first two, it's like
Yeah,
even though Av was winning, like there wasn't a doubt in my mind that Av was winning the battle. But I was like, hey, Clone, I am thoroughly entertained by what you're rapping right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're putting on, you know what I mean? Third round, Av stayed up here. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, you know what I mean, man? Clone he just didn't have enough, you know what I'm saying, in the third round. But overall, man, this was the battle of the night. And this was fun, yo. Clone is dope, yo. He's just entertaining. He's to the point. You know what I'm saying, man? He's not gonna beat around the bush. He's gonna make sure you understand everything he's saying, you know what I'm saying? And he simplifies it enough that everybody can catch what he's serving, man. And but he just takes that extra time to put those extra layers in his bars and just makes his punchlines he just dedicates that much more time to those punchlines, man. It's just that much more clever. You know what I'm saying? And he was performing them with full man. Like there's nothing more I can say. Like he was
it's
really
just
on one
Av.
that night, yo. It
It's
was
true. It's just Av. I want to
yeah,
get
man.
I
He
want to
was
get both of them.
crazy.
I want to get both of them a ton of credit because obviously, um, for Clone, man, he had some bars that was like
Yeah.
the mixed number bar. Oh, that was
Yeah.
crazy. The Avatar. If we go to war like the
Oh,
Avatar race and this machine leave your body blue, give Avatar face.
yeah, that was
Oh,
crazy,
that
man.
was
That was
mean.
crazy.
And
That was
then
crazy.
when he told Bad News, like, go back there for me real quick.
Oh
Go
yeah,
back
yeah,
there real quick for me.
yeah.
And
I'll
Bad
be
News is
back,
like,
eh?
I'll be back, Av. I'll be back, Av. That was creative. I feel
Yeah,
like he peeked
that was
into
a clever flip.
I feel like he peeked into some creativity. He peeked into like what his ceiling could be as a pure puncher. I think he still has a lot more room actually to get better
Oh
as a
yeah,
puncher.
yeah.
But I'm saying
I
like
don't think he's at his ceiling at all.
yeah, yeah, I take that back. I think he's reaching like, all right, this is like the highest level I could try to like compete with Av because I know Av's gonna bring. Like he said himself in a post game interview, I knew Av wasn't bringing no 70%, and that's the Av that I
Man,
wanted,
sure
and
wasn't
that's
on
the Av
seventy
that you
percent,
got,
boy.
and best believe you were competitive.
Yo, if he
And
brought nothing else, he would have died, yo.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like
son, he
you
would
know,
have died,
like
son.
I want you to realize how good that Av was.
Right,
So the
right.
fact that I don't have you like dying or just like getting bodied by this Av means like you were very fucking good too. You know what I'm saying?
And this battle has a lot of replay value. You know what I'm
Yes, it
saying? A lot
does.
of replay value from both MCs. So I want to salute them for giving me my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
this battle was it was stupid, man. It was definitely the battle of the night for me, man. Like these guys both put on nothing to be ashamed about. You know what I'm saying? Like You got outclassed, but this was one of the best abs I've seen in a minute, man.
Yeah, I think listen, this now the Av. All right, let's talk about this real quick. Um, his versatility is becoming undeniable. He's giving you schemes. He has multiple pockets. He talks to his opponents, and sometimes he doesn't even necessarily stay on an angle. He just grown man talks to you. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that capability. Like Av
He'd
could
be
just
like,
say
"Hey,
something.
youngster."
Like Av could just say something slick when this is like about like for example, like I just see him tweeting easy, and he was like, the Av got to meet the block someday, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
little slick shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that he can expand on, and it just shows how high of a skill set that Av has. Like, and to be honest with you, as dangerous as he is in a small room, and as amazing as he is as a gatekeeper, because every time he's up against somebody that is less experienced, maybe less talented, less proven, whatever term you want to use for an up and comer in front of Av, he leaves no margin or room for like this battle to be debated. All you can do is do the very best you can while getting outclassed. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't ask for nothing more for somebody to consistently handle his assignment in those situations, which exerts a level of control, overpowering, dominance. Average somebody that's been on Gnome 4 times, Summer Madness 2 times, has an illustrious body on both between the Arsenal battle and the Math Hoffa battle. You know what I'm saying? Multiple volume appearances, a couple main events on the league, multiple million view battles, a generational battle with Rum Nitty. This whole
Geechi.
campaign,
Mm-hmm.
he has more than one classic. I'm just saying, as far as all time, like the Nitty battle is like a stamp. He has
Got a
other classics
million
too.
views. Yeah.
He's got the million views. This whole idea that he doesn't promo, that's cap. He has a caffeine show. He does the promo run. He'll hit the black compasses, the Mr. Temp checks, the three lettermans. He will make the champion. He will go on a promo run. Kenny works with him to keep himself in the rotation. At this point, that battle just showed me like, yeah, this is why I duck him, because he is this dangerous. He's this good. Vlad, I'm running out of great things to say about Av.
I'll tell you this, man. If that Verb battle gets booked, Verb gonna have to bring nothing less than that Suge Verb, man. Nothing less than that, cause I mean, if Av is preparing like this for Clone, what you think he gonna bring for Verb? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, man, that's gonna bring the best out of Verb also, man. This is a battle waiting to happen. I don't know why it's not happening yet. I don't know why it's not booked. You know what I'm saying? Let Verb tell it. He's got a couple reasons, but that ain't for me to tell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go check out VZ's show. He'll definitely let you know among other plethora of things that you weren't
When
even ready to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Verb ain't the only one. Hollow, you know what I'm saying? All you
Oh
guys,
yeah, man. That'd be a
all you
good one
guys
too.
that, you know what I'm saying. And a couple more things I want to say too. So um, this is interesting, Vlad, because once the announcements for outside card came out, I seen Swervo quote tweet one of the announcements and was like, he put a duck emoji, and then
Oh, for
and then
who?
uh, I was kind of shocked by that. I was like, oh, duck emoji, who is he talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm,
I knew who he was talking about, but I just want to
okay.
see. I want to see how far I could get till it. You can get the
Yeah.
tracings on the internet. You know what I'm saying? We know more than what we say, but as long as you guys put the breadcrumbs out, I can play with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
My bad.
That's
But
all good.
Av responds to it immediately. And I see Av and
Mm,
Swervo have a nice little exchange. And I'm just like, was this a battle that was supposed to go down on the outside? And if it
mm,
was, which it might have could have been, I want to take the time to
mm.
send this message to Swervo, somebody that I'm a fan of, somebody that I hold penny stock in. Okay. I'm a big Swervo fan. Swervo, if you were to battle Av and Av decided to not do the battle, consider this, you know, all consider this a blessing. All right. You know what I'm saying? You my
That could have
man.
been you.
It could have been you, dog. It could have been you. Sometimes the best thing that happened to you is what didn't happen.
Mm. I hear you, player. I hear you, player.
All right, Av is fucking phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what big plates is available for him, because he needs it, he deserves it. And Verb, Hollow, all you guys that try to clown him, I know you guys revere Arsenal in your lane, right? Like obviously, A Verb and Hollow have to look at Arsenal eye level, right? They have to salute Math Hoffa too, right? They have to look at Math like, yo, yeah, salute. Like we're all from the same era. Yeah, Av put both those guys in the dirt and didn't lose around to either of them.
Facto, man. So let's get it on, man. There's no delaying. Push the button, man. Push the button, Juntao.
Yeah, it's our job as media and the fans to not let this momentum die down. And I will be full blown campaigning. I'm compromised media for the Av. This is a compromised avenue for the rest of the time being. You know what I'm
Comp
saying?
Ave.
Comp Av. All right. Um. So now we're close to the end of the night, and then we have the one round
Oh boy.
battle that is replacing Ms.Hustle and Loso that cannot go down. Which was, by the way, that's a whole mess, right? It's a whole
Oh my gosh,
It's a
man.
whole debacle that I'm gonna leave it alone. But
Yeah, it was crazy.
you know what I'm saying. Jazz steps in though. You know what I'm saying. A dope battle on 5 days prep from both of them, and a lot of high regards from both of them. You know, Jazz says he's a quote from her. I'm all about challenging myself, and Loso is somebody that I knew that would push my pen. He's in my top 5, so battling somebody in my top 5 means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then Loso says to Jazz, I appreciate Jazz for even stepping up because once she heard about things with the hustle battle, she didn't even hesitate. And I got to be honest, I would have never struck somebody like Jazz, especially after she just said, I'm going to take a break to just take a battle on less than a week's prep. I would never
Right.
thought. Would never thought.
Yeah, man. I mean, for someone who it's just started coming outside on a frequent basis, just past year or so, like
Loso was her 19th battle, and 9 of those battles I think have come
since
from
2021.
2021.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. And I'm like, yo, 5 days prep. But you see, but with someone like Jazz though, just knowing who she is, if she put her mind to that, I knew that it was going to be fire. You know what I'm saying? I know that she didn't want to compromise her brand or, you know what I'm saying, risk looking just okay again, back to back. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw the Charlie Clips battle. You know what I mean? Left a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? For like the first time, it was a general consensus like, could have been better, Jazz. You know what I mean? And she didn't
I,
like that. She didn't like it at all.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I'll take a step further with you, Vlad. I felt like all of her battles, up until prior to the Loso battle with men, have been closer to a side of me feeling underwhelmed and leaving extremely satisfying.
I listen, I hear you, player. The Geechi battle, kind of the same thing for me, also. You know what I mean? So I think she was just like, yo, man, let me get this stench off me. You know what I mean? And it's only a one rounder, and I can compact everything into this one round and go stupid. And Loso was like, hey, man, I still want to be on this card, but I'm just not motivated for this hustle battle anymore. It's too much going on. Like, it's just, yeah, you're playing with my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this battle anymore. Let's dub the whole thing. And, the fact that he got a chance to battle another GOAT is just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You lose 2 10s and you found 21s. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
like, hey, I ain't lose nothing here. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
2 female battle rap legends now. Like,
yeah,
shout outs to Hustle. Hustle has parlayed you to have Jazz and 40 in your resume.
nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
But France, boy, oh boy,
Let's talk about it.
yo, son, Jazz was on one, son.
Yes, she was.
She was special this round, kid. She was special this battle. Like, she had so much confidence in her round. Her delivery was on 1,000, man. And the bars were like, wow. Like 5 days prep, you got some in your bars. You know what I'm saying? She was not playing with Loso France. It was like a crescendo. The round just kept building and building and building and building. And it was like, what the hell is Loso gonna do with this round? Like, yo, this is what I'm thinking in my brain. I'm like, yo, if Loso messes around, I mean, and that one battle that happened with the one guy that doesn't battle rap anymore. I don't want to.
No, let's just call it what it is. He doesn't
You know
have
what
a
I'm
good.
saying?
he doesn't have the best track record with one rounders. All right, because
I was just like, yo, I
the
started
Holmes,
getting
there's,
flashbacks of that, kid.
there's the Holmesy and there's the Briz battle. Both those battles are like showcases of like this guy might not be suited exactly to be in a 1 round situation. And while Jazz is rapping, it's almost like
This
whoa,
is what I'm thinking.
he just got hit with some very potent material, like that little mole bar.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh my
Son.
yes.
Oh, and then both you and Loso, we said you and Fab are both known for one thing. You Losos are only known for beating up on, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, son. Fab said you're like his favorite battle rapper. He just threw him under the bus. I'm like, how much more battle rap can you get? He's like, yo, I'm a fan of you. F you. Here's a bar about you beating up your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. And you know, she threw that shot at Hustle. I was like, oh
I
boy.
got drive. I got my CDL.
Yeah, drive like I got my CDL.
CDL.
Oh gosh, man. Can you finish the bar for me, please?
Yeah. The bar was I got the drive for it. I got my CDL. There's gonna be a real body. I'm replacing the stole deposits for a BVL.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that shot was great. I seen Hustle tweets and Jazz like that shot was cute.
2 BBLs, man. That's crazy. 2 BBLs is insane, son. But
Yeah.
that was a nice shot, man. The building almost collapsed with that one, man. And like I said, man, she was just relentless, dog. Like it was just stupid, man. Like I was like, Jazz, you have no business doing this on 5 days prep. Like what are you doing? Like slow down. You know what I'm saying?
But she said it. She said it. Loso is in her top 5.
Right? Yeah.
She reveres him
She was
very highly.
motivated.
So that's these are little moments where I feel like we as a culture, everybody, fans, media, everybody gets kind of caught up and lost into one important thing, right? When you see a very good version of somebody, don't underestimate how much it also takes for that person to cross for them to bring that out of them.
Yeah, yo, man. One of the toughest things for like people who play sports or perform at a high level is to constantly motivate yourself to stay there. You know what I'm saying? They always say, man, it's tougher to stay there than it is to get there. You know what I mean? Because once you're
100%.
there, it's
Yeah.
like you only once you get here, only way it goes down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to stay motivated to perform at a high level constantly is like very tough. So to see when you get special performances like this, you gotta salute it. And I was just like, Loso, what are you gonna do about this? And France, Loso went into full compromise Christian mode, dog.
His introduction to the battle was like 4 minutes and it's time to like it was a great introduction. Great charismatic introduction, compromise, Christian energy, toxic Loso. You know
Toxic Loso, man.
yeah.
Yo, if y'all did not see this battle, right? Loso basically insinuates that France, what was the event?
After Loso battle Vixen is like, so tell me after I battle Vixen, you didn't tell me to come to your hotel room with you.
And the way he said the bar, it wasn't like, wanted to do any Bible study and anything like that. He gave her that look like, you wanted some of that holy rod. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You wanted some of that staff that made Moses split the Red Sea, except you wanted Loso to split that pink sea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that I'm just saying that's the way Loso was delivering it. I'm not saying, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like my favorite thing about like swear to God bars, right? Like any bars is like, tell me I'm lying. Like
right.
it's such a perfect like sentence that builds like this whole like
right.
It doesn't need a rhyme. It gets reaction. It lets you marinate and breathe in it. So after I battle Vixen, didn't you tell me to go to your hotel room?
Tell me you ain't.
And then like you can hear the 90s sitcom audience in the background go, "Ooh."
And all the broads in the audience, you can hear all of them, man, just ringing out their drawers. It sounded like huskies running through Alaskan Iditarod. I was like, this is getting type crazy, man. I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm sure the only person that didn't like it was never mind. I'm leaving it alone.
listen,
Uh,
relax,
uh,
friends. This guy's your friend, all right? You don't need to cause him any troubles at home.
all right, all
Relax,
right,
me.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Relax, man.
I'll leave it alone.
But I was like, salute to Loso for, staying strong, my brother, you know what I'm saying, and not falling into the sin, you know what I mean? And
My
you
favorite
know what I'm
is
saying?
all right. So Loso's built this little slogan after from the Jerry West battle. The um, save all that other stuff for them other Christians, them sucker Christians, them don't do nothing when you touch them Christians, right? So that's the slogan he's coined since that
Hmm.
battling on. And so with Jazz, he brings a slogan out. Save all them stuff for them other Christians, them sucker Christians, them don't do nothing when you touch them Christians. And then the line ends and he lowers his octave and says it very slightly, doesn't have no aggression. He whispers it almost. Cause I'll snuff you. Listen. it's like
Yo,
it's like the smoothest way you'll ever tell a woman you'll snuff them. It's like
dude, I had to text you. I was like, yo, what is this dude talk? Like, what's happening right now?
that's just a slogan. That's just
Loso catching DV charges on women now. Like, what's happening? Like, I'm like, Loso is threatening to punch Jazz. Like, yo, the
yeah,
optics of Loso
yeah,
punching Jazz the Rapper in the face is just like,
yeah.
Loso, what are we doing here? Like,
but,
he went
but
full compromise. He was like, well, only way I'm gonna win the battle is if I talk about turning down her draws, talk about snuffing her in the face. I gotta bring A.Ward in for this spit roast. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes went crazy. He was like, I gotta leave the cloth behind, man. Like, I just gotta go bananas.
no,
I
but
was
listen,
shocked, fam.
listen. If A.Ward could load K's against Vixen, I ain't got no problem with Loso.
Lord, kid.
If A.Ward can load a gun and shoot Vixen, I ain't got no problem with Loso snuffing Jazz. You feel me?
Hey,
Like
I mean, listen, man.
the transcript of that would look crazy.
I will snuff you. Listen.
No, but other Christians, them sucker Christians, don't do nothing when you touch them Christians. Cause I'll
I will
snuff you.
snuff you.
Listen,
Listen.
I'll
Oh,
snuff you. Listen.
I mean, he is Puerto Rican and Colombian. You know what I'm saying?
Take it. All right, relax.
All
Now
right,
you
all right, my bad. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm
right.
from the '80s. It
Damn.
was a different time. We talked about it earlier. You know
So
what I'm
see,
saying?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. We're right back to the old
I'm
ways.
sorry, Poppy. I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. But yeah, and then this is the second time, man. This is the second time Loso brought up that his pops was the man. You know what I'm saying? Pops was the plug, and he made the bar like I always saw him sitting on the QP, and he brought up how what I'm saying, how Jazz copped the squad on QP's facial features. You know what I mean? And he definitely exploited that angle. You know what I'm saying? I was like, golly, man, I did not see this happening at all. I was wondering what Loso was gonna bring to this battle. I didn't expect none of this, but it was highly entertaining once again, man. And it was just like full of slop and messiness. And it was like, all right, Loso, man, you're gonna do what you're gonna have to do, man. And he definitely did that, yo. So this battle was crazy, man.
Yeah, I want to take the time to say I've seen a lot of people like on social media and on our radio roulette show like trying to like pin a winner to this battle, and I'm kind of just like a little disgusted by it because it's the same thing with 40 bars. Like, everybody's like, oh, 40 bars won the battle clearly. I'm like, man, like, can we just stop for a minute and realize that two high level professionals stepped in? You know what I'm saying? Somebody is doing a battle under a week's prep, and somebody who was already preparing has to scrap everything they were preparing and start
Right.
praying over scratch for an opponent that's just as equally as difficult. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
I'm just kind of, I'm not trying to like be the sympathetic cop out, like, oh, you're just copping out because you rock with Loso. No, beyond that, it's the fact that they both put on a battle for 5 days for the league to still be able to benefit, selling tickets, selling pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? The coach gets an entertaining battle. Like, this is deeper than just there being a winner and a loser. And it's just a one-round battle.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. Whatever. Whoever you got winning, I don't care.
Yeah, me
Both put
neither.
on, both were crazy, and you're gonna watch this battle over and over again. I had fun watching it, man. I did not expect that once again, but salute, man. Jazz, you went stupid. Like I know, I don't know if you've been hearing all this talk about, what I'm saying, Ms.Hustle's pen getting all this praise. She's been going crazy. You know what I'm saying? She reformatted her punch. You know what I'm saying? The way she's writing and all that, has been a lot of praise. So I don't know if that
Yeah,
was tickling your ears or if it was just, Jazz saying, yo, I am Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Let me remind you. And it's
nah,
time to, you know
nah.
what I'm saying?
I think she did that with the RX battle. Like the Charlie Eclipse battle, her first round was great, and the other two little bit pedestrian, lackluster. And then her RX battle, straight bounce back, was on fire, on point. You know what I'm saying? This battle just it's just
I
showing
mean, it
how
was so difficult to hear what was going on in that battle, you know what I'm saying? Because, what I mean, the audio was just trash. You know what I mean? We had to watch it from Enes's IG account, you know what I'm saying? At least he
facts.
ain't charge us, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
but but it was like,
It did say send them badges though.
hey, I mean, that was voluntary, you know what I'm saying? It was voluntary,
No,
but that whole thing was a debacle. But you know what I
I'm,
mean? But what I'm saying is like,
yeah.
it wasn't that like everyone didn't have full access to that battle and couldn't enjoy it, properly. And speaking of that battle, man, shout out to RX because that battle is competitive. You know what I mean? Like they both put on. It wasn't like a one sided whooping or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
And I want to say
Um,
that Jazz. She just said she was gonna take a break prior to this battle. Now maybe she really will take a break.
yeah, so she's coming back at
We'll,
the end of the year,
we'll
allegedly.
see. You know what I'm saying? We will see if that remains to be true. But two future opponents on the horizon. Obviously, A.Ward jumped into the battle. Everybody's like, A.Ward jumped her. And guys, A.Ward just had 2 bars. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no damn jumping. But Jazz says, I'm disgusted here he did that, and I'm gonna address him when it's time to. I'll let y'all know when it's time to. And if you remember back in December,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember back in December when A.Ward did get an offer from the Riot to battle Jaz the Rapper? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
can Jaz the Rapper versus A.Ward on the Riot be a battle on the horizon? Very possible.
Remains to be seen like fossils in museums. But I'm
But
here for it. I'll tell you that much.
I'm here for that for sure. It's a high level competitive battle. And Ms.Hustle versus Jazz Part Two. I mean, it's poetic in itself, man. They battled 10 years ago, September 2013, Summer Madness 3. They're both of the first two ladies to ever be on Summer Madness. It would only be right that if you do Summer Madness again this year, which I mean you will, of course. Not even if you do. I'm saying if you're gonna obviously have the 10-year anniversary of Summer Madness 3, feature both of them. Feature both of them. I will go as far as to say make them the main event.
They definitely should be on the card. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Um,
I hear you,
they
Vlad.
definitely should be on the card. It definitely should be featured for sure. It should be
Yeah.
highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Co-main event status.
Okay.
Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Co-main
Fair.
event status.
I definitely it
It's
can't no
still a
no no no
business. That's all I'm saying. It's still a business. I
no
don't
for
want
sure
to.
for
I
sure
don't want
for
to say
sure.
too much, and they label me with the big M word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Well, I mean, like if you have a
uh,
Mook or Lux on the card, yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like this is battle no should be no lower than a co-main event.
yeah, no. Make it co-main event. You know what I'm saying? Make it something special. Yo, France, man, can you do me a favor, man? Can you please hit up Loso and just ask him what direction was he going in with Hustle? Because if this is what he did with Jazz, like what direction was he gonna go in? You know what I'm saying? I just find that out for me because I just need to know like what was his game plan, what was the direction, what was he going? You know what I'm saying? What was the game plan? That's all I because after watching this, I was like, because before the battle, I was like, Loso, Hustle, okay, they're both good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, great. You know what I mean? But I just didn't know. Like sometimes it's tough for me to, because like I don't know how crazy Loso wants to go with some of these joints and go at them. Because with Vixen, you know what I'm saying? Like he played on an angle that was, the biracial angle and stuff like that. It was creative, wasn't that far under the belt. You know what I mean? At all. This battle, he's like, I'm going under the garter belt all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm ripping them off my teeth. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, when was he gonna go and hustle? You know what I'm saying? Just find out for me, please.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's funny because like Jazz has been like on every like time zone in the last like week. Obviously, she was like just
She
she was
was in
just in
Mexico.
she was just in Mexico. She went back home to Cali, and then
Right.
now she's in the east to cent
Atlanta,
east
yeah.
like and she's like officially here's some branding for you guys. Branding 101. She changed her name to Blue Hair Jazz after having such an illustrious performance with her blue hair, and now her icon is, you know what I'm
Who
saying?
is that? Vegeta?
Yeah, you feel me?
Is that Vegeta?
Yeah.
I just took a wild guess. It's like the only name I know, man.
You know what I'm saying? You learning, Vlad. You learning. You
I only
learning.
know Vegeta though.
My-
What are the other names in
Goku, you know Goku.
Goku? Yeah, yeah, Goku and Vegeta.
Look at his face. Say, yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
is there a Krillin? Is Krillin in that one too?
There's a Krillin. There's a Krillin.
Hold on. Is there also Mr. Popo?
There is a Mr. Popo.
You know why I know Mr. Popo? Your man, your man Bill Collector, was he battling on Ness? He said, all the Super Saiyan bars, you look like Mr. Popo. Right? So I had to Google Mr. Popo. Say, yo, Bill Collector's stupid, son. I said, Mr. Popo, look at Ines and look like Mr. Popo. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah, so I still haven't watched the Dragon Ball Z episode. You know what
Hey,
I'm
but
saying?
you
But
you
I
named
know the
about
name.
four
I
or
know a
five.
couple names, so now I'll get some bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm proud. I'm proud. That was
I'll
good
get some
progression.
bars, man.
I'm
Still
here
haven't
for
watched though.
both of those future matches for Jazz though. Jazz versus Ward, Jazz versus Hustle, either or, injected in my veins. And big salute again to Jazz for having both of them, Jazz and Loso, for the warrior mentality and spirit to still give the people what they want and put on at that high caliber of a battle in
Word,
5
man.
days.
And shout out to A.Ward for leaving his home to fly to Atlanta
Oh,
to
brother.
hang out at King of Diamonds. You know what I'm
Again.
saying? Again, you know what I mean? 30
Yeah,
piece lemon pepper and
yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean?
yeah. I know how he gives it
Shout
up.
out.
Shout out to the
Compromised
compromised
Christians, man.
Christians.
Shout outs. 30
All right.
piece lemon pepper.
Speaking of compromised, we're going to the main event, and I got to
Man's
call out.
had dinner and brunch.
I got to call out the league owner.
Okay.
This is a compromised situation, sir. All right. Yeah, told me, you know what I'm saying, this wide receiver from the NFL was ready to put down some bread.
McCall Hartman.
Yeah, told me he was ready to put down some bread.
No,
All
no,
right.
they said money on the floor.
You know, money on the flow. He wasn't
I
there,
ain't-
obviously. He wasn't in
yeah.
attendance. And obviously let me take the time to read some of the reporting from this. So Geechi Gotti addressed why there wasn't a verdict or judges. He said Hardman couldn't make it due to scheduling conflicts, so we discussed the business offhand because I didn't feel comfortable picking judges without him here. And Bad News also alludes to this is interesting to me. Let me read this Bad News quote. He says, "I don't know how the judges is getting sorted." Um, that's what he said. I don't know how the judges are getting sorted, so he doesn't even know how that's going to be arranged. So, Vlad, I'm gonna just call it. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I feel like this is just a nice little like situation where he had the bread and everything was like set up for it to be like, oh, money on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because I was waiting for all that. I was waiting. I thought that was going to enhance the visuals of the battle for
I
me.
mean, the money
See,
on the floor in a strip club, it only makes sense.
money on the floor in a strip club, judge battle, like all of like that's how it was marketed. That's how it was marketed. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the performance lived up to the hype as well. Both MCs did their thing. Geechi was on another level. But I was just waiting for the extra heightened level of like stakes to be applied into the visuals of this battle, and I didn't get it. So I felt a little cheated, to be honest.
All right,
Am I
so
being spoiled? Am I being spoiled?
nah, man, because listen, man, money on the floor in a strip club makes sense like pocket change. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I was expecting it. You know, I was told there'd be $20,000 on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, man, let's get it. And I mean, the guy wasn't even there. Like, 'cause there's, we don't know. There's no judges announced. Like, there's no winner announced. I'm like, like there was so much stake. Like you said, you're a degenerate. I'm pretty sure you. Listen, this was a battle. I definitely would have put some bread on. You know what I'm saying, man? Like I would have won a lot of bread too. But we don't have a definitive winner. Like there's no announcement. So it's just so anticlimactic. So it's like then you build it up to be this thing. And I'm pretty, nobody's scared. The bad news not scared. The Geechi's not scared to bet, but then it doesn't happen. And it's like, come on, man. Like, let's make it happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you at? Like, when this I don't know what happened in his personal life. I don't know. He said he wasn't able to make it. He needed another hour, but the battle had to go on because I'm pretty sure King of Diamonds had to get their
Hey,
night rolling. You know
hey,
what I'm saying? The
listen.
Christians had a table reserved already by the stage. You know what I'm saying? So Loso and A.Ward street hymns and you know what I'm saying? Elijah Strait, they had their bottles ready. They were ready to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Pockets full of ones. I saw A.Ward with the Tennessee with the pouch there. You know what I'm saying? Them joints hold some stacks in there. You know what I mean? They hold at least 500 singles. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, man, we gotta get the party ready for these dudes. And McCole couldn't make it. And France, let's keep it 100 on the show because that's what we do. Do you feel like McCole just said, "Hey, man, I can't make it, so y'all just split the 10"? Or
I
do
thought,
you like
I
what do
thought,
you think really happened? This is
I,
just all of us. This is just
yeah,
you and I just talking. You know what I'm saying? Locker room talk. Just
yeah.
what do you think happened? This is nothing
This,
official. We know
this,
nothing. What do you think
this,
happened?
this is very reminiscent to when Gerald McCoy was going to put down 10 for a verb and Shotgun
Mm,
Suge, and in real time, I didn't see any. They both agreed to it. They both marketed it as such. They talked about it,
right,
but in real
right.
time, I didn't see any money on the floor. I didn't see any judges, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if they just ended up just hey, let's split this John, or maybe it was just a silent. And that 10,000 was already a part of the battle. And we just amped it up for promotional purposes. I don't know. I don't know. But if you're gonna promise, if you're gonna say these things, like deliver on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it just kind of further enhances the stigma that I think exists in battle rap. Like that's what I was saying earlier at the top of the pod, like gambling and betting I think is healthy for the culture because like if you do it in tournament settings where actual real judges like there is a lucrative financial opportunity that is now opened up between everybody placing bets, taking bets, and being the hub of these transactions. Even more so for the battlers when it's happening because then it creates matches like Geechi Gotti and Bad News and it amplifies in a way that you never would have thought. And plus, wasn't Bad News also talking about he wants to battle Rex for like possible $10,000 on the floor?
Yeah,
So like now that that didn't happen, it's like well like you have a pretty good track record with judge battles. You went 3-0 on the King of Dot season, one on Midnight Madness, won some battles on Bags and Bodies. Like just, Bad News is very good at winning in the moment. Now that battle happened, I'm just like, I just felt robbed. I felt robbed
listen,
from.
man. Football players, stop putting this money on the line and us not knowing what the hell happened. It's
Yeah,
anticlimactic. It takes
facts.
away from the battle. Not no A Verb and Shotgun Sugar were like, oh, we were both happy and we're both happy. Makes me think they split that bread. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if we're battling for paper, let this thing be judged. Let somebody walk away with nothing. Now, when the battle's over, if you want to throw the other dude some bread, that's on you. I don't care. But you gotta let it happen, man, because otherwise, like these stakes are like for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it just takes away from everything. So, football players, man, make somebody judge this thing and let the judging happen that night. Let somebody walk away with the bread in their hand so we can get that camera shot of the one dude with the money, the other dude with no money. Like, let's up the stakes. Like, let's really do this. You know what I mean?
And Bad News also had a judge battle, I think like 5-6 years ago on Bullpen against Loso. We're supposed to be judged, and the last minute they just called it a tie. I see what's going on here. Compromise Bulls. Compromise Bulls.
Facto, man.
You know what I'm
Facto.
saying? Compromise Bulls. I see what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
get it.
man.
You want to protect the bull, the
Protect the
gold,
brand.
protect the golden bull, the highest view bull. You want to protect them. I get
Protect
it.
the
I
golden
understand.
calf, man. Protect the
Yeah,
golden calf.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Let's
All
see what's
right.
going on here, man. Nah,
Uh,
man. But
yeah,
but
in all seriousness,
back to the battle though.
salute to Bad News and Geechi Gotti. Man, that Bad News first round. I thought I was really enjoying some of his performance bars, man. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite things for the most part with Bad News, like he'll definitely hit and miss sometimes. Some of his punchlines will be real potent, some definitely miss for me. But
Mhm.
the commitment, the aggression, the relentless force, and most importantly, the performance is always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So that's always going to compensate for lines that may fall short for you, and it's going to amplify the lines that do connect with you.
I, all that is true. France, man. Bad News went first.
Yes.
Cool round. Texted you. This round is beatable. You know what I'm
But it was,
saying?
but it was
This is
solid.
France, $20,000 on the line, dog. I
So
saw what this man did versus
so
Snake Eyes.
so we were told.
Allegedly, it's $20,000. Maybe it was Fed Now money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was in Dogecoin. I don't know. Untraceable football money. You know what I'm saying?
It was made in Create for You credits.
Relax. Yo, man, maybe it was an NFT associated with this. I don't know. But all I kept thinking to myself, I was like, Bad News? It's 20 racks on the line.
I feel you. I feel you.
It's ten
Knowing,
thousand. It's
yeah,
not your ten thousand
I get it.
dollars.
I
It's
get it.
ten thousand dollars from another dude that's betting on you. If I'm,
In real time, you're
yeah,
thinking. In real time, you're thinking this is a $20,000 battle. I don't want
this
to see
is
you have.
not enough.
I don't want to see you have a solid round. I want to see you have a great round.
You better go crazy. Yo, listen, man. 20,000. I don't care who you are. 20,000 is nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, huh? This okay? Like it's cool, but this ain't enough. This round is beatable. And then man, Geechi comes out freestyling, hits, bam, goes into his round, and it was just better. You know what I'm saying? Like the punches were better. He was sharper. You know what I mean? Like they both had, good energy. Obviously, Bad News is always going to perform. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to be on 10. You never got to worry about the delivery and the confidence in the bars. But when you're doing the CompuBox and you're like, who's punching more and who's punching harder and who's landing more shots, is Geechi Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And Geechi was strategic about his. You know what I'm saying? It felt like his rounds were planned out. Like he had something for the first, he had a theme, he had a theme for the second, and he had a theme for the third. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like with Newz, it was just like rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously he's battling Geechi, so there's gonna be some, Crip references, a lot of cuz, nutty this, nutty that. So it's not like it was just like a bunch of random bars that could just be, thrown at anyone. Geechi decided, yo, I'm gonna throw some angles out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna angle you also while I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna freestyle, and I'm gonna rebuttal, and my rebuttals are gonna hit. Your rebuttals ain't hitting. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and man, honestly, like Geechi was good, but this is still like another level that Geechi could have got to in this battle. Also, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, this guy is still leaving ceiling room. You know what I'm saying? In this battle, and it was just like, man, Geechi was just like outclassing the dude. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even have to be like on 100. And Bad News has been doing so well, that I really thought that with this moment, with this money on the line, that I was gonna get Bad News, ascending into a new form. And like whether he won or lost, it was gonna be undeniable, epic, what I'm saying, performance from Bad News. I did not. I didn't feel like I got that personally. You know what I'm saying? And Geechi, man, he was just better. You know what I mean? It's just better.
See if I can pull this up here for Bad News.
Hey, yeah.
'Cause, I think this was an interesting thing to highlight as well. I remember when he first had that battle with Tay Rock at the top of 2019.
Yeah.
Fantastic one rounder. I think it was one of the highest viewed battles on Bullpen, if not the highest viewed. Um, he went on a nice
Too
little run.
many.
Yeah, he went on a nice little run after that battle, but he also battled a lot still. Like after that
Mhm.
battle, You had him battling like Jay Murder, Don Marino, Young Cannon, Drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that little bit of oversaturation there between that window. Um, Kind of watered him down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And now when you look at the start of his like 2023, fresh off of that RB card, the Closure 2 and Bags and Bodies, he starts the year off with Pain at Divide and Conquer 2. I think he has a battle out at this league called the Culture. I think it's in Houston, I think if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
He had like a battle against somebody named Robster. I didn't get a chance to watch that battle actually, but he also battled Trufo though. You know what I'm saying? Battled
Oh,
Trufo
Chicago, yeah.
out in Chicago. So it's
Dope
like
battle. Go check that out.
solid battle. And I'm looking at it as like, all right, well, that's 4 battles in 4 months after you just came off of, a gauntlet of like, you know what I'm saying? You had the King of the Dot season the year before. I know that was exhausting.
And Bags and
Um,
Bodies.
And then the following year, you're doing Bags and Bodies, Verbal War Zone, Bless the Mic, RB Battle
Well,
to
he's
end the
working. He's
year,
working.
Midnight
He's
Man. No,
working.
he's undeniably working. I'm giving him credit for the work, but I
Yeah.
also feel like there's moments for it to be strategically spaced out sometimes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I feel like the biggest moments, like this one, he's got a slew of top tiers on his resume, by the way. Okay, like he has K Shine on his resume. He's got Tay Rock on his resume. He's got Chess on his resume. He's got Suge on his resume. He's got Twerk on his resume. Um, and unfortunately, I don't think I haven't beating any of those names. So this is where I just want to come to like this ground where I'm just like, where can we find a level of appreciation for guys that are kind of in the middle level of like their skill set tier and talent, but they're highly respected because I respect the fuck out of Bad News. You know what I'm saying? I respect his work ethic, his output, his effort on the stage when he's putting on like the production that goes into who he is. He has my respect full heartedly, but I also want to keep it real. I don't think he could compete at a top tier level, but that's okay because I don't expect him to do so. You know what I mean?
I feel you, man. I feel you.
I feel like there's no way to say it without sounding harsh. But it's like,
Right.
but like if in sports we can embrace role players, why can't we kind of embrace them in battle rap?
It's tough because like I guess you got to look at it like tennis. You know what I mean? And not like basketball or football. It's not always like basketball, Surf. Shout out to Surf. Um, you know, hope you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? Where you're at as well as you can be doing. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to you and to your family and may the situation work out well for you, my brother. But it's not always like basketball. Sometimes it's like tennis. You know what I mean? Tennis players are ranked from one to whatever number. You know what I'm saying? Of course, at any given day, it's a mano a mano. Anyone can win. You know what I'm saying? But on average, the top 10 players are usually going to, defeat the players who are ranked between 100 and 200 on average. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're going to have times where those guys are going to win versus the top guys or whatever. But, even if you're anywhere between 100 to 200, like you're still one of the top 100 players in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's still amazing. You know what I'm saying? There's still a place for you. You still could tour all year round. You know what I'm saying? Play in all the major tournaments, take your shots, make a name for yourself, get endorsements. You know what I'm saying? And be able to make money doing what you love. You know what I mean? But but I say that to say this: at any given point in time, you can win versus a number one player, versus a number five player. It's totally possible, but on average, it doesn't usually work out that way in tennis. You know what I'm saying? I'm an avid tennis fan. I love tennis. You know what I mean?
No,
And that's just
I
how it is. But
you said it's so great because on average, what I'm saying, like I just named 6 top tiers that he's battled, and I probably would say maybe like the Twerk chess battle a bit more competitive than the other 4.
Mhm.
But on average, I probably would have him always 6 against top names, but I would have him beating a lot of people that are a step
Right,
lower than
right.
that rank. And there's nothing wrong, I feel like, with and being able to embrace battle rappers that don't make a top 20 list all the time, that aren't a top tier, that aren't like, what I'm saying, like there's a world where we can acknowledge where they are in the pecking order, but respect their talent and their output and know who they are. But then
Yeah, and I
but also understand that if they're clashed up in these moments, it makes sense why we probably don't pick them to win in predictions, and if they don't win, we're not that surprised in the results.
Yeah, and I guess the only difference is that tennis is not subjective. It's a real sport with real winners and real losers. Whereas with battle rap, everything is subjective. So at any given day, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. So I personally never write someone off because you might catch somebody slipping and you might be on one and you win. You know what I mean? But
And
there is a
and
place. But Bad News does his thing.
and
You know what I'm saying? He's definitely cultivated a following,
yeah,
respected following now. And man, give the man plates. You know what I'm saying? Just I guess maybe it now becomes picking the right opponents to highlight him. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yes.
So
I was going to say that too. He's also another guy that when you talk about people that are kind of like indie in the battle rap, like really on their
yeah.
own route. Like that's somebody you got to put in these conversations as well because he has rec on all the three major leagues, right? He's got URL battles. He obviously even he has a battle in Black Star. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's been around the block. He obviously was undefeated in the king of that season, but didn't have enough performance points to make the playoff cut through a very stacked division. It's got work on RB as well. Obviously, it's the highest view bull. You know what I'm saying? Midnight Madness was holding it down. He's also wearing the bags and body shield. So like this is somebody that is multifaceted in a lot of areas. And I want to take the time to highlight again. I respect Newz. This is way less about me being critical of Newz as it is to realizing who the fuck he stood in front of, which is a 3-time MVP in this battle rap culture.
Facto, facto. But
I
I will say, and
yeah.
I know John didn't want to hear it. He definitely started shielding his ears. I expected more, brother. I really did, man. Like those weren't $20,000 rhymes that I heard, man. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that I've heard better from him, and to keep it all the way honest, like, man, the door wasn't closed. Like the door was open. You know, the Geechi wasn't on 100. He was good. Don't get me wrong. Geechi didn't just jump in a Tesla and say, "Take me to the victory." You know what I'm saying? He was driving. He was whipping that thing. You know what I'm saying? And he was being creative. He was being him. He was being gangster about it. I liked the angles he took about, hey man, you're not even betting your own 10,000. What you look like, having somebody else put up 10,000 for you. At that point, you know what I'm saying? It's like a slick shot of taking a shot at someone's manhood. Like, you don't got your own bread to bet on yourself, and it's like,
Then the envelope angle.
right. And it wasn't like he was just saying, hey, you're a snitch, but it was like it paints that picture for you, like, yo, man, like, what's up with your self conscious that like that's the first thing you think of, and it's battle rap, anyone can make up whatever angle. So, but like he said, man,
It was a creative spin. It was a
it was
creative spin.
very creative and it paints that picture without him having to just lie and say that you are. And he used that rebuttal because when Bad News was saying that his girl got the burner and the thing, he was like, hey man, you telling me that your girl got the burner and thing, it might make me believe that you's a snitch. And and then he proceeded to go along with his angle. So he used the freestyle rebuttal straight into the angle. So I mean, he was working, man. Geechi was working, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, the door was still open. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He just shut the door, sealed it. You couldn't get through. The door was open. But I just felt like Bad News didn't come with $20,000 worth of rhymes, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely had Geechi Gotti winning the last two rounds definitively. The first round was the closest. You know what I'm saying? I know Bad News in his post battle interview with Hip Hop is Real was talking about, hey, look, I was even rebuttaling in there too. And I'm here to say, brother, I ain't so confident in those rebuttals. He actually pointed out, if you noticed, if you remember at one point he's talking to Clone
Yeah.
in the battle, is because in his mind, after realizing he has to go first, he switched the placements of his round, and so he
Oh.
looks at Clone. It's like, yo, what round did I just spit? I don't remember the placements anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
he spit like his second round going first. What like his first round, he probably spit a different version of it. So by changing the sequence, he completely lost place of which round he was at. And Clone's like, I don't know, but you said this bar. Okay, this bar
I
was
ain't
the
even
second
pick
round.
up on that, yo. I ain't even pick
and,
up
and
on that.
so and so there's also moments where like the beginning of his rounds get very dry,
Yeah.
and that's not just because of the rebuttal, but that's also because he is repeating something from a previous round again. He's like,
Right,
oh wait, I
right.
already did that round, let me. So I think everything about the game plan, the execution wasn't there, the material wasn't the highest of level. There wasn't necessarily a good line of attack, good method of attack. I guess like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just it was really like wandering aimlessly to see how much of my aggression and haymakers could land, and it wasn't enough necessarily. Plus the rebuttals, I feel like hurt more than help.
yeah.
There's a lot to pick apart. There's a lot to pick apart, and that's why I didn't want to be as critical as picking it apart, because like I didn't expect him to win this battle to begin with. Like this is Geechi motherfucking Gotti.
Hey, man. It is what it is, player.
But I'm glad you kept it real though. Glad you kept it real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, no sweat off his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be back. Ain't nothing. Listen, you win some, you lose some. You live to fight again. You
It
know what I'm
wasn't. It
saying? It's
wasn't. It
not. It's
wasn't.
not like he
It,
died or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
it wasn't his 10,000, right?
I wasn't gonna say it. Sleep a lot better when it ain't your bread.
was he a top was he a top bowl for you? Because I feel like Clone and 7J, I would probably look at if they
Yeah,
had.
no, I would definitely put those two ahead for sure.
Okay.
Definitely put those two ahead.
What about cash flow?
Yo, I can't even say Super Black was better. Am I tripping? Am
What
I
about cash?
tripping?
What about cash flow, Rizzy?
Nah, nah, nah.
Okay, okay. Just asking. Just asking. I'm just asking the questions. We're just having the dialogue. This is how the stuff gets created for the article, y'all. This is how it happens.
I
This
hear
is.
you. I hear you. I wouldn't.
um.
I wouldn't do that to him.
Hey, listen. Successful event though.
Oh, for sure.
They did their motherfucking thing. So again, big salute to Bullpen. And while I very much wanted to enjoy a battle rap event for a battle rap event, it was taken away from me in a matter of a couple hours because we had to deal with the bootleg gate,
Oh
aka
my
the pay per view
gosh,
gate,
man.
and here
Bootleg gates.
and then let's make this quick. I don't want to spend too much
All
time on
right,
it.
listen, man. We ain't gonna mention no names. If you're this far into the podcast, an hour and 56 minutes, and you already know, who's involved in this. But we ain't gonna give it no more clout. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna throw no light in that direction. You know what I'm saying? The perpetrators know who they are. You know what I mean? So, but we want to speak about it more so on like ethics. You know what I'm saying? In battle rap, I know this is battle rap. So people like there's ethics in battle rap. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And maybe code of conduct with media and leagues, and you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it from that angle. So, watch parties are nothing new. Bootlegs are nothing new in every culture, from boxing to wrestling to basketball to now battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Before I became media, I have partaken in bootleg culture where someone had the bootleg on and I said, I'm going to watch. You know what I'm saying? Once I became media, I was like, you know what? I can't be seen meddling around in these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks bad. You know what I mean? Like, I got to hold myself. I gotta move differently. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like you're engaging with these league owners, you're engaging with the battle rappers, you have a sense of respect for them. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, we're generating some bread from this. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's move professionally. We here at LTBR, we strive to move professionally. And it's like, would we see media personalities from the NBA hosting parties where they're charging people? Well, no, let's say wrestling. Wrestling has a pay per view. You're not going to see Peter Rosenberg charging people to come and watch, what I'm saying, a wrestling pay per view on his Discord. Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, that's just mad disrespectful and unethical. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people work hard. These league owners work hard to put this thing together. And it's like, yo, man, it's like you're out here representing battle rap. If you're saying that you're moving the culture forward, this is not something you should be doing. It's mad disrespectful. It's directly taking money out of their pockets, money that could be put back into the business, money that could be used to book a next battle and things of that nature. So it's just like this was just wrong all the way around the board. And if you're participating in this kind of behavior, like you just got and you get caught red-handed, you just got to be like, yo, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I saw an opportunity. I
And
took it. You know what I mean?
and
And
in my big K voice, you will pay.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That yo, and it was wrong. And just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no need trying to defend yourself and saying, well, I do this, I do that. This is how I give back. And no one's paying for me to do this or to fly out or to do these interviews and things of that nature. It's
Yeah,
like, yo, man,
look,
just
yeah,
apologize,
look,
say you were wrong, admit your
look.
fault. And it's like we're all grown. You know what I'm saying? We're
I'm
all grown. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. And when you're just caught with your hand in the cookie jar, just
yeah.
apologize and keep it moving, man.
Look, I'll make it quick and simple, right? Like there's just ethical ramifications from doing something of this magnitude, right? Because obviously, let's just call a spade a spade. Bootlegging worldwide across every type of industry is going to exist, right? We have the bootleg guys in the corner selling DVDs. We're
Mm.
streaming boxing fights and UFC events, and it happens in battle rap too, right?
Get it how you live.
And,
You know?
the consumer's only goal is to be entertained for the cheapest price available, if not free, right? I hear that. I can't stop that from happening. Now, when you are a member of the media, right, somebody that has relationships with the company that's doing this event specifically, and then you're the ringleader to hosting these kind of parties, and you're also allowing people in the culture that are figures of the culture as well. There's battle rappers and league owners in there as well. It's just all a bad look. You know what I'm saying? Like you're better off just running this whole operation under an alias than to be so proudly freely with your name, because your name
Right?
holds weight at the end of the day. Like the same way we're not going to condemn a regular fan for being a bootlegger because they don't have any weight, is the exact opposite here, because your name holds all the weight. So we don't expect that of you. And it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's less about the action and more about who did it. And you can't play that side of the world. You can't play that side of the fence if you're going to be credible media.
Right. And just to bring it home, man, I just look at it like this. You know, uh, battle rap media outlets, some have Patreons. Imagine if someone was like, imagine if another media member said, "Oh, they got a Patreon? Guess what? Their Patreon is $10. What you got? $1, two, three? Just give me what you got. I got all that content. Come and watch it. Just come over here and come and watch it. Don't worry about them." You know what I'm saying? Or salute to Tone Bro, man. He has the walk down app. It takes money for him to go city to city, to pay producers, to get original beats, to get people to film these things, to take time out of his busy schedule to put this all together. Now imagine if another media outlet person said, "Yo, Tone just dropped this joint. It's $9 or whatever it is. What you got? Give me what you got. You can watch all these battles. Don't worry about paying him. Don't worry about him reinvesting into these artists.
But not just some,
Don't worry about all
but
that."
not no, but not just somebody that you know. There's also
Right.
constantly
That you
promoting it here.
interact with,
Yes, that you interact with, and it's
that you
like
interviewed.
because there may be somebody that purchased the VOD of the walk down, and there probably is doing that. But if France or Vlad does it,
Right, right,
it's like, yo, I know you guys. Like I've driven you guys home. We've had dinner together. We've spent countless amount of hours together. I've supported your event. I even said support your event. So you like
right.
it. So that's all I'm saying. You need to
It's
realize.
totally different. Yeah, man. It's totally different. And it is highly disrespectful, man. And even Easy came out. Easy had a confession. He let everybody know, hey, man, Easy the Block Captain used to bootleg events. He bootlegged the Chrome 23 event. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
There's
listen.
thousands of people in there. You know what
Can
I
I
mean?
can I double down on that?
What's up, player? Go ahead, big dog.
Rock was in there. Like I see both sides, and I kind of want to say
Yeah,
respectfully, like
nah.
you needed to kind of not be a part of this conversation because Geechi literally as a speaker,
just go roll up, please.
and you literally streamed the entire Monopoly event on caffeine, and Geechi is right there. And by the way, the battles have been doing this to their peers.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
So like I get it, man. I understand. We want to be entertained for as cheap as possible. In fact, we don't buy the pay-per-view to like tip off. To like the
Right,
event,
right.
like the first battle started, just to be sure the
So
shit is
ghetto
really
of
gonna,
us, man.
you know what I'm saying? I
Like, is
get
this
it.
really going on?
I understand it, but you need to stop to think about who you are and think about how would it feel if it was the other way around, because you never know when you're going to be in a situation creating a venture for the culture where you need that support, and the people that are taking money out of your mouths are the people that you rock with and interact with on the regular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
absolutely, man. And it's like, you start to think about it. You're like, with Easy, like let's say he got 1,000, 2,000 people in there. Let's say the pay-per-view is $50. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, all 1,000 people weren't gonna buy it, but man, if 100 people were gonna buy it or 50 people were, you're not even giving them an opportunity to go and purchase it because it's here for free. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, if you want to have a big voice in the culture, this is not something that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do this at all. And Geechi, man, Geechi even kept it hood. He said, "Yo, if you would have hit John and said, 'Yo, here's the play,' you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to throw this little party for people who may not have it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I make from it, let me break you off with something. And if you give me the go ahead, I'm gonna do it. If you don't, I could totally respect it. You know what I'm saying? And kept it hood, but even that, I'm just like, I don't even want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me just support and let everybody else go, find a way to support. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, let's all have respect for one another and for I'm saying, the money that they're putting into the culture. And if you call yourself one to push the culture forward and one to have a big voice in this culture, like, this ain't something you can do, man. Like, this is just like bad luck, man, all the way around. There's no defending it. Just don't defend it. Just apologize and then go do your thing for a day or two and then come back and knock it out. You know what I'm saying? So salute to battle rap and everybody being honorable, man.
yeah. That's all I got to say.
Word, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's clean enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Clean enough, bro.
that's all. That's all, folks.
Yeah, man. Until next time, yo, log on to let's talk battlerap.com. You know what I mean? The Bullpen Pendemic article will be live. You guys can read in-depth details of our breakdown of the event. And also log on every day, man, because there will be new stories. There will be new articles dropping. So support your guys. Follow us at LTBR Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And what's the slogan they say, man? Hit that cash app, right? $ LTBR Podcast.
Yeah.
And holla at your boys, man. We'll see you guys next week, man. We're back off vacation. I got my voice back. So next week it's gonna be on and popping. France, happy early 420. You know what I'm saying, man? May
Yes,
you enjoy
sir.
yourself this week.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
sir.
Everybody else out there, man, smoking that la la la. Enjoy yourself. Don't get in trouble. You know what I mean? And we'll see you next week. Peace.